Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom nestled between rolling green hills and sparkling blue rivers, there lived a young princess named Elira. Unlike the other princesses in the land, Elira wasn't particularly interested in fancy balls or golden crowns. Instead, she spent her days in the castle gardens, tending to her beloved plants and reading about the mysteries of nature. One day, while exploring a patch of wildflowers on the edge of the royal estate, Elira stumbled upon something peculiar. Nestled within a hollow tree trunk was a small velvet pouch. Curious, she untied the delicate golden string and tipped its contents into her hand. Out spilled 6 perfectly round peas, each shimmering with an iridescent glow. "These are no ordinary peas," Elira whispered to herself. As she held them, one of the peas wobbled and began to speak in a tiny, squeaky voice. "Greetings, Princess Elira. We are the enchanted peas of Perennial. Thank you for freeing us from that dreary pouch." Startled but fascinated, Elira asked, "What are you? And how did you end up here?" The leader of the peas, who introduced himself as Percival, explained that they were part of an ancient, magical kingdom hidden deep beneath the earth. Long ago, a jealous sorcerer had cursed them, scattering their kind across the human world. Their only hope was to find someone kind-hearted enough to help them return home. Intrigued by their story and eager for adventure, Elira promised to assist. With the peas nestled safely in her satchel, she set off on a journey that would take her beyond the safety of her kingdom and into lands she had only read about in books. The first trial, the Forest of Whispers. The peas guided Elira to the Forest of Whispers, a place where the trees spoke in hushed tones and the wind carried secrets. At the heart of the forest stood an ancient oak, its trunk engraved with symbols of the lost kingdom. "To proceed, you must answer the forest's riddle," Percival said. The riddle boomed from the oak. "What is small but mighty, fragile but strong, and holds the power to unite?" Elira thought carefully. After some deliberation, she answered, "A seed. It can grow into something great, though it starts small and delicate." The oak groaned as its bark twisted open to reveal a shimmering pathway. "You are wise, princess. You may pass," it said. The second trial, the River of Reflections. Next, Elira reached the River of Reflections, whose waters mirrored not just appearances but one's inner self. To cross, Elira had to wade into the water and confront her own doubts and fears. As she stepped into the river, the surface rippled to show visions of herself failing her quest, being mocked by her peers, and losing the trust of the peas. Her resolve wavered, but Percival's voice cut through the doubts. "Princess, you have already proven your courage by embarking on this journey. Believe in yourself as we believe in you." With renewed determination, Elira pressed forward. The river calmed, its reflections fading into a clear path that led to the opposite shore. The final trial, the Kingdom of Shadows. The peas' home lay within the Kingdom of Shadows, where the jealous sorcerer still ruled. The land was barren, shrouded in eternal twilight. Elira and the peas confronted the sorcerer in his crumbling fortress. "You dare to challenge me, little princess?" he sneered. "These peas belong to me." Elira stood her ground. "They are not objects to be owned. They have a right to their freedom in their home. The sorcerer laughed and conjured a storm of dark magic. Elira, recalling her lessons from the garden, used her knowledge of nature to counter his spells. She sprinkled enchanted pollen from her satchel, creating a protective barrier that reflected his magic back at him. As the sorcerer's power waned, the land began to heal. The peas, glowing brighter than ever, transformed into radiant beings, their true forms restored. They thanked Elira for her bravery and offered her a place in their kingdom. The return home. Though tempted, Elira declined, knowing her own kingdom needed her. The peas gifted her a single enchanted seed before bidding her farewell. Back in her garden, Elira planted the seed, and from it grew a magnificent tree that bore fruit of every kind, symbolizing unity and abundance. Elira's adventure became a cherished tale in her kingdom, inspiring others to seek courage and kindness in their own lives. And as for the peas, they lived happily ever after in their restored kingdom, forever grateful to the princess who had set them free.